let's get right to our special guest. Let's see if I can find him. Where is Burky? There he is. Hey, Burky, what's up?
Hey! I'm on the board Game Gumbo. Oh, crawfish pie, Billy Gumbo.
Oh, wow. He's going to sing some jambalaya. I like that. Yeah, a little Hank Williams. That's nice, Burky. But, we should talk about the Kickstarter. And let me see. Burky, I think I've got a video. If you don't mind, let me see if I can share that video. You okay with that?
Yeah, cool.
Hey, this is Burky from Origins Game Fair. We have some amazing stuff for our upcoming Kickstarter. Hey, come on into the booth. I gotta tell you, people are loving the Galactic Mycroft and the Galactic Watson, the new designer art rails from Jay Solansky. These are vinyl wrap graphic with this amazing galactic space theme. Not only that, though, our new terrain mats and terrain packs. These things are amazing. We have several new mats that we're going to be offering on our 4.5 Kickstarter. These new terrain packs, the road kits, the river system. People have been raving about this stuff. One thing that we are so excited about this Kickstarter is the innovation of the Designer Art Series rail system. What's so amazing about this are luxuriant toppers that have the wood inlays and have the vinyl wrap graphics. Our last Kickstarter, we did the Designer Art Series rails. This is acrylic substrate with vinyl wrap graphics with heavy-duty lamination. It's amazing. So Brent Woodside did this amazing D&D fantasy-themed rail system. Now we have the Galactic Mycroft and Watson space theme. These things are beautiful. They're very subtle, very elegant presentation. One of the things that's super neat, these rails are hot swappable. You can actually change these in and out so that you're not always stuck with just one design. And guess what? GameToppers is going to continue to innovate and do all kinds of stuff for your enjoyment. So join us for the Galactic 4.5 Kickstarter coming July 23rd. Check out all the special deals, terrain packs, game mats, Galactic Mycroft. It's going to be a blast. We'd love to see you and interact with you on the campaign.
Very impressive. It's going to be a blast, right, Burky? Galactic Kickstarter. It's going to be a blast.
In a galaxy near you. We're getting ready to launch.
Yeah, I've got the Kickstarter page. This is just a preview page, though. Burky, that video told us a lot, and that's a lot of beautiful stuff that's coming out. But you've got some highlights here, right? What's the big push? What's
so fun about, we started the company in 2017 with just a little dream of how do I make a portable game table to go play games with my daughters? That was the whole gig. And after the third wooden prototype, I started putting two and two together thinking, gosh, this might work if I can find a way to scale this and make it high quality and make it affordable. Because back at that time, the only Geek Sheet tables were $10,000. Who's got a dedicated space and that kind of money laying around for it? So I was going for something just to enjoy gaming with my family. And, thank goodness in 2017, we went to Kickstarter and raised about $500,000. And by the end of the year, we had done better than that. And we were able to launch it. Within a couple more years, we were able to launch GameToppers with new sizes and began developing all of our thematic game mats, which we've really become known for our high quality 3 millimeter heavy density, double stitch, non-skid mats with really nice storage solutions. And and it's just continued to grow. And Game Topper Nation, I mean, our backers, you're one of them. I mean, you're one of the early adopters. You've seen the product, and we just keep going, well, what can we do that's fun? I mean, everything is about, okay, we're playing games, and how do we get better at having more fun playing our games, you know? And so these ideas, we hired Jay Solansky. He's from Fifth Trooper. He's really big into miniatures gaming. He has a Fifth Trooper podcast for Star Wars Legion. He's part of that network and founder of it, and kind of a wheel in that whole audience. I'm not a big miniatures gamer myself, but my son Josiah was the youngest Star Wars Armada World's champion. And so he's miniatures speak, so to speak. And we knew that there was a big audience there that we weren't really talking to, even though a lot of our backers that own our 4-foot by 6-foot Mycroft game topper, they play miniatures on it. But one thing that's interesting, I'm in the board game space. These are where all my friends are. These are all of my understanding is with games. You know, I got about 700 games. The closest I get to miniature gaming is big games like Simon Blood Rage. Right? You know, that's one of my favorite games, but not actually playing. You know, I've played X-Wing. You know, I've played Armada with Josiah and Flames of War, so I understand, but it's not my world. Well, Jay was selling mats, and he saw our quality of our mats, and he said, "Hey, could you produce my mats for me?" Yeah, we could do that. We worked out a deal, and we were producing and doing fulfillment for his mats for a little over a year. And he called us up and he said, "You know, I don't really want to do mats anymore. I just want to focus on content and art." And he's a graphic designer. He's an artist. He's a game designer. So he's multi-talented. Amazing graphic design artist. He produced that video that you just saw. And we worked on an arrangement where he's working for us now, and he's helped heading up this whole new division of our company that is going to be focused on other items that miniatures gamers are going to love. One of them is these terrain packs.
Yeah, and I've got a preview. Yeah, I've got a preview of it here. So this is just a preview stuff. You've got some more stuff that's going to be coming out when the Kickstarter comes out. But this is kind of the three things that caught my eye. You got these really cool rails with the graphic design by Jay, right?
Correct.
And they're interchangeable for both the Watson and the Mycroft.
And the Mycroft, and they're interchangeable with our last Kickstarter where Brent Woodside did the Fantasy D&D rules, which were amazing.
And then you've got the terrain packs. And if I saw it right, there's a bunch of different terrain packs. So if you're a miniature gamer and you're playing on your game topper, but you want to show some woods or a lake or a volcano or anything like that, and you don't have time to build out big 3D things or paint, you can get these terrain packs. Is that what this is?
Exactly. And we're doing, I'll let you guys, you're the first preview of what we're even showing the world about this stuff. But these terrain packs, there's 4 of them. There's the battlegrounds. There is the desert arid terrain pack. There's the snowy grassland, and there's the space. But then we have 2 different road kits, one that's an old beat up road system and one that's more of an urban road system. And then we have this river system. And when you see the detail of the graphics, Jay, I'm telling you, he just knocked it out of the park. He nailed it. The Jamie Keggy was at the booth, the Sam Healy, a bunch of random miniatures gaming at Origins. We did these little 30-second first impressions. Hey, what do you think about these terrain packs? Everybody just went nuts over it. I'm like, I thought this was a good idea, but these people are really digging it.
Yeah, I mean, if you do any kind of Warhammer type stuff or any of those games, if you have a space one, like if you're doing Star Wars,
X-Wing and Armada, perfect assets for that. And we started asking people doing market survey a while ago. So what is a pack like this that maybe had 8 to 10 assets in each pack? And they told me some things that they've seen out there, but they had concerns about what was available. And they said, yeah, they're $50-$60 for a pack of these. And I said, well, what if we told you we were going to MSRP these for $49, but we're going to offer them for $29 a pack?
Oh,
people just went, what? Really? I said, now what if we told you we will, if you purchase 4 of these packs, we'll give you a 5th one free.
Oh, wow.
And everybody went, I want 2 of them.
I'm in. Yeah.
And so we felt pretty good about the response, and we'll see how it goes on the Kickstarter. Bottom line, we think it serves a purpose for those that can't bring all of the miniatures to a game night, or they want to augment their miniatures. Like Jay had his Star Wars Legion set up at the show, but he had the road systems and the river running around it. And so these line of sight obstacles and these different things that he incorporated his miniatures into the actual map pad. When you see the graphics and the videos we're doing and animations on the Kickstarter page, you'll actually see how cool these things really are.
BJ, can you make those pictures take up the top of the screen?
Yep. Let me see what I can get for that. Like that?
Something
Bigger?
along
Like
those, yeah, really makes them pop a little more.
That's the battlegrounds, and it's got the toxic sludge pool there, and it's got all kinds of bent up metal and debris, and this here is one of the basic packs. We're going to offer some stretch goals for where we provide 1 extra asset for all 7 of the mats, and if we hit some little more lofty stretch goals, we're going to offer 2 extra assets in each one of these packs. So we give the backers just a lot of value and a lot of exciting options for their games.
There's a group in Houston that plays this old Steve, what's his name, game called Car Wars. Do you remember that one?
Oh, yeah. In fact, one of the guys, he said, this would be perfect for Car Wars.
That's
this
what I
would be
was
perfect
thinking.
For Gaslands.
Yeah, or even for Gaslands. That's right. I forgot about that. That's the other one that's like
and then role-playing people. Oh, I could do this on my D&D thing. And then we got thinking, this is not the end of this gig. We're going to make D&D terrain packs. We're going to, with roofs and stuff hiding in. We're going to have a lot of fun with this.
How many different terrain packs are you expecting in the Kickstarter, or is that going to be kind of secret?
We're going to do 4 terrain packs. The Battleground is one. There's an arid pack that matches our brand new arid terrain mat. And I got to say, these 2 new terrain mats, the arid and the snowy grasslands, I think they are the best terrain mats I've ever seen. And we've done some really nice ones on our last campaign. I think you have the desert dunes.
Well, we gave it away at the at Sobo. I kept the train one, so I have because I love Ticket to Ride. So
the Old West, the thematic one.
But we gave away that awesome Dune one.
The Dune one was.
Burky, you probably don't remember this. We gave it away, and one of the people that didn't win it ordered it. They ordered the Dune mat right there at Sobo. So
cool. It was awesome, right?
Yeah. Oh, it's gorgeous.
And so those. I love all of these. I counted up all the mats. On this Kickstarter that we're actually offering, we're offering 32 different styles of mats. Wow. My daughter Hannah does our graphics, and Jay's helping too. But I looked at Hannah. I said, Hannah, do you realize there's 32 mats here we're doing?
And Burley, this is not just, you don't need a game topper to do it. When we game at the office, I do a little Monday night Monday. We call it Euro Mondays, and I have the red one, the red and black checkered one, still from the original one,
crimson red. Yep,
exactly. And I keep that in the corner of the office. And when I throw it out on the conference table, it's not a game topper or anything, but once I put it out there, it becomes a game topper because it's got that. There's something about the 3 millimeter stitch mat that's just super good quality. Oh, look, there it is, Burky.
Oh, she's got the water mat. Yeah,
got the water one. I love it. I've got the wood grain one in 2 different sizes.
Berla, thank you so much.
Yeah,
aren't those awesome?
Them. They are fantastic.
I have the Cthulhu mat at the office.
You've got the Cthulhu mat? Yeah, you've got a game table everywhere you go. So I ended up getting three of them last time, Burky. I got one for each of the kids, one for each one of the style of games.
That's right. You
like
told me that.
Yeah.
Well, what happens
is you need to represent Alex here too. Put your game night on the fast track when you play with a terrain pack. You gotta get the same kind of.
You make your game nights a showstopper.
When you play on a game topper. Oh, Burky's been paying attention. That's right. Yeah, that is good.
Just tell me that again, Steve. Your terrain pack.
Put your game night on the fast track when you play with a terrain pack.
Fast track with a terrain pack. Stop rhyming, and I mean it.
You can't.
Can't help it.
That's why we call him the Name Father, because he proves it every day on the show.
That's awesome.
So 32 mats, interchangeable artwork on your rail system. You've got the new terrain mats if you want those, and you've also got terrain packs that are going to be coming out. Plus, I'm assuming, Burky, you're going to be doing some other little surprises.
There's some really cool stuff. We just finished the graphics on all the stretch goals, and when you do a Kickstarter, you don't know for sure how things are going to go. You're always super hopeful, and and I tend to try to tone my expectations down a little bit. But all of us dream, but mostly what I dream about is how do I do something really cool okay, when they see this stretch goal, they'll go, oh, that was really good. I'm so glad I got that. It brings that extra value. I have two business philosophies, and the first one is I want to treat other people the way I want to be treated. I don't want to be treated like an Amazon number and nobody cares. I want to talk to people, that type of thing. But then secondly, I want to give people more than they expect. And so sometimes the biggest compliment that I get about our Game Toppers is when people actually get them and they go, oh, Burky, these are way better than I thought. This is solid metal. I thought it was plastic, some people think, because it's black. And no, this is military grade aluminum. This is the most expensive aluminum I can buy that isn't aircraft ready. The attachments, all of the collapsible cup holders, the amount of effort and money that I've spent on research and development and engineering. I mean, I've spent a lot of budget on those things because I really want to get it right. I want this to be an heirloom product. And BGG, they bought 40, Scott Alden bought 40 of those toppers from us. They've been in use for like 26 some conventions. And they look just like when they bought them, 7 years ago.
Carlo, you've been to the hot games room at BGG. Mm-hmm. Every single one of those tables is a Game Topper table. And I didn't realize they've had it that long, Burky, because they look brand new every time we go over there.
They do.
Yeah, we refreshed their mats with their new logo for them, which was kind of fun. And at Origins, we were able to do 150 mats for the open play area. And at the UK Games Expo, we have 250 mats there. And at PAX Unplugged, there's 120 mats for the first look area. So not only have we been able to, create fun gaming for us at home, but we've been able to upgrade that experience for people with these partnerships of these conventions who have been, gracious enough to let us work with them. But it's totally, you used to play on those wooden splintered tables, and now I've got great experience and people are just loving it.
One of the fun things we got to do, Verl and Steve, is that my nephew, Jared, who plays with us on the Twitch stream, Jared actually bought a Game Topper also. He bought the kind of the squarish one. You saw it, Burky, at Southern Board Game Fest. So we set up an area just for Burky. We had that table with the castle mat, and we had
that was an Adler. A 3x4.
Yep. We had a Game Topper sign that we had done. We had all that stuff, and you could game with Burky or visit with him or talk with him. And then after Burky, you guys on Sunday, you guys spent a lot of your time you came to the place, but you also did some other stuff too. But people could just play on it, and it just enhances the experience to see people go over to that Adler or go into the big one that we had with iHeart Board Games and check it out for the con. It really upped the con for us. So that was a lot of fun.
Well, I love being there. I'm so glad you invited me in. We have, likewise at Gen Con, we have about 30 publishers that in some way or another use our Game Toppers. And the way people demo their games is a little different than in years past. We had 18 toppers in the CMON booth for many years, but now with their relationship with Asmodee, that's slightly changed. But we're setting up a big booth for Ares games at Gen Con, where they're going to have a big 4-foot by 6-foot Mycroft, a couple Holmes toppers, a couple 3x3 Lestrades, and we're going to help them trick out their booth. And so if you're at Gen Con, you'll probably see me around in my top hat, hanging out there, and Arcade Wonders and a lot of my other friends in the hobby that are going to have toppers there.
Will there be a Gen Con booth at all? Oh, look, he's got
he's got the rubber coasters. Those are great.
Got my hat right here.
There you go.
Somewhere, a game bag.
Are you gonna have a booth?
Look at you guys. You guys are Game Topper Nation.
We represent.
We're all in. We're all in for Game Toppers.
Can I chime in here? Just going back to something Burky said.
Yeah.
what I've really noticed, and for people watching, like I chatted with Burky 5 years ago at Essen. I don't have the relationship with him that BJ does, so this is like an off the street customer basically. But there's a lot of game mats out there that you can get and you can choose from, and I've looked at a lot of them. And one of the things that took me to GameToppers is just looking at your Kickstarter, meeting you briefly, but just like seeing how you interact online with people and really having such a sense of your heart and what you said, the customer service, and really wanting to do right, really wanting to, create a product that people are really going to love. And I appreciate that so much. So I was so excited when I got my first my first mat about 4 years ago. It was during the pandemic. And was like, how is this going to be packaged? It's this weird, awkward thing. And it was so well done. And in the midst of the shipping crisis and everything else. And I love your company and what you do. So to anybody on the fence,
tell me more.
Okay. Maybe we will. Maybe we will. I'll chime in too.
I just need you to, sorry, Steve, but I just need like a really good storage solution. Was there that in the last one? So getting more.
Keep your eye out.
On the campaign, we have some very special storage solutions. In fact, afterwards, you reach out to me and we'll talk.
All right. What were we going to say, Steve?
I'll piggyback off of Verla's here. Yes, it's a business, but everyone who interacts with your business profits. The publishers show their games in a better way. Players feel deeper in their games. They're drawn in. Yes, you should make money from it. Yes, you should profit from it. But what you're doing is providing a service that really does make everybody's experience brighter, deeper, all of that.
Burky, this is your life. Remember that show, Burky?
Yeah, this is your life.
This is your life.
Well, I got to tell you, it's hard. It's difficult doing what we do. It's not been easy. There's been a lot of challenges, but the things that drive me are not money. It's not profit. It really is making a difference, and it seems so silly. It's about games and stuff. It's about enhancing a gaming experience. But I've had so many people that comes to Burky. I never thought I'd be able to afford a high quality table before, and now I've got an opportunity. And we love this. My family loves this, and they thank me like profusely, and I'm like, no, thank you. I wouldn't be here if you guys weren't saying and feel like the way you feel. And, I feel I owe that to my customers. And I think that's something that is kind of lost sometimes in this day and age of selling on Amazon and everything else. People are just a number. Well, to me, the relationship is more important to me than the transaction. Mm-hmm. And that's what I try to do. I'm human. I can make mistakes, but that's what we really gear for. And that's my son. Likewise, we take customer service very seriously. We answer every email. And when you said about interaction, sometimes people can be a little sharp. And I always sit back when I hear a comment that's a little sharp. And I remember this one story, and I'll tell this really quick just for fun. But this guy he misinterpreted something, but it really ticked him off. And so he got onto Twitter and he started sparking off about it. And it was really in my craw. I was having a hard day, and it was very negative. It wasn't fair. And you can get bitter about these things. I just thought, crap. I was out grilling hamburgers. I said, I'm going to call this guy. So I find this deal and I call him. And the guy was a doctor, actually. And we got talking about it. And I said, well, actually, I could understand how you'd feel that way, but what's actually happened is if you do it, this is what it's designed to do. And I don't even remember all the specifics about it. I think it was something to do with I can't even remember. I think it was the rails. But anyway, long and short of it, we talked for about a half an hour. Before you know it, we were sharing barbecue recipes, and he got on Twitter and he was like, oh, I jumped the gun. I was all wrong. Burky's a really great guy, and I'm just, and then he backs every campaign.
Oh, that's great.
And
I love that.
Thankfully, I didn't react in a wrong way because I could have. I'm human.
True.
And instead we reached out to one another and we tried to come together, and thankfully that worked. But that's the type of culture we have here at GameToppers, and my son carries that on with customer service. If you have problems, people know that they're going to get a response. They're not going to get thrown to the side. So
You guys really exude that. You truly do. So thank you. You do a great job.
Oh, thank you. I mean, I appreciate the encouragement too. That's why we do this. So
Chat crew, Steve's got it in the comments, and that's the link if you want to get notified of the campaign. On the launch. Have you picked a date yet? Is it something you can announce?
Yeah, it's starting July 23rd. It's going to go through August 16th. We are going to have the late pledge manager through BackerKit launched within a week after the campaign ends. So we're going to move quickly because we have some stretch goals that are super exciting. I've done some stretch goals on this campaign. There's a couple mats. I'll just say this: Galactic Deck Builder.
Ooh. Oh, I think I know the one. Interesting.
This is a mat that's going to be good for many of these.
Okay.
I think you guys will like it. You'll have to tell me what you think, but that's what it's designed for. And we've got a couple other ones, and we have a new role-playing mat from Brent Woodside, who did our fantasy rails with 1-inch squares, this cool dungeon thing. When you see this stuff, you'll have to give me your feedback. Tell me what you think. But we're taking out a lot of the stops with some of our bundles, giving some of the best deals we've ever done, and we want to deliver them before the end of the year. I mean, who does that? Delivers within 3 months.
Right.
Wow.
Well,
do you realize how far it is out to those manufacturing plants? It's a long way, Burky.
We've been planning a while, and hopefully we did our job right. So.
Okay, good. All right, well, get out there and follow it so you can be notified right on the launch. You already got a bunch of followers already, so that's a good sign. So Galactic Kickstarter 4.5, the rails, the new mats, the terrain packs, and whatever other goodies you come out with. So